Hey everyone, it's Donna from redcarpetlearning.com, and my team and I were in Seattle last week for a film shoot for a client. That is not why I'm wearing the Hollywood glasses today though. While we were out after one of our film shoot days, and I swear, a Scout's honor, I did not have a drop of alcohol. I was drinking Coke Zero all night long. But we were out and about, and I tripped on something on the sidewalk and landed face first on the pavement. So I'm going to show you the result of that right now. Are you ready? Here we go. Ta-da! If it were Halloween, I would just do the other side and go as a raccoon or Alice Cooper or somebody for Halloween. But I have myself a little black eye. Now, let me just, first of all, just say I am fine. There was no concussion, thankfully. This looks worse than it actually feels. I actually have not felt any pain through the whole process, but it was a little startling. And when I got home, I had on my list of things to do was to create the next video. And I thought, how am I going to do that? I'm not going to be able to create videos for a month now. And then I changed my mind. And here's why. Because at Red Carpet Learning, we are all about being genuine, being authentic, and making genuine connections with people. So I decided to just show up as I genuinely am right now in this moment. So let's talk about that a little. What does it mean to show up as your authentic self? Let me start by saying what it doesn't mean. What it doesn't mean is showing up with unregulated emotions. In other words, showing up as your worst self and then saying, well, I'm just being genuine, I'm just being authentic. That's not really showing up to work in your best way, right? Being authentic does not mean telling everybody everything that is going on in your life and everybody else's life. That you don't have to do that to be your authentic self. It also doesn't mean showing up with your dress code, forgetting the dress code of your particular place of work and just showing up however you want to show up because that's your authentic self. It may be your authentic self, and each place that you work may have a different style, a different brand, and it is important for you to show up in the brand that they have, if that's how you're where you're working. So that's not really what being your authentic self is. Let me tell you what it is instead. It's first being vulnerable, and when appropriate, sharing with people what's going on with you. That if there is something going on in your personal life that is preventing you from perhaps being your best self at work, sharing that with the appropriate person at the appropriate time, and not striving to hide everything that's going on with you, because it's going to come out one way or the other. And so being able to say, hey, look, I am dealing with this right now. I'm still going to do my absolute best, but I want you, my boss, my coworker, to know what's going on with me right now. The other thing that it means is to admit mistakes, and in fact, especially if you're in a leadership position, understanding that none of us are perfect. We can't be genuine and pretend that we're perfect. And so when we do make mistakes, when we miscommunicate, being willing to look at that and being willing to say, yep, I could have said that. I could have said that better. I could have said that a different way. I could have communicated more effectively. I could have communicated more or less. And I'm sorry. And being willing to say I'm sorry and to share what you're learning from that mistake. That's showing up as your authentic self. And the other thing is admitting that you don't know. You don't have to have all the answers. As a matter of fact, it's sometimes you get better answers when you admit, I don't know the answer to this. Could we brainstorm and see, like, what do you think? What do you think? What can we find online? As opposed to pretending that as a leader, we know it all. When you show up authentically like that as a leader, you gain more respect, more empathy, and it's a point of connection with your team. And that is something that is just needed so much in the workplace today, is that human level connection. It's what keeps people, it's what keeps them inspired and engaged and wanting to work with you. And so I want to just encourage you to let go of the pressure to appear flawless and embrace the idea that mistakes and challenges and growth opportunities are a win for the workplace and beyond.